United States Highway 127. Yeah! Alright, US 127 is a road that travels across Michigan north-south through its center, between the cities of Jackson and somewhere around Grayling. But interestingly, it's not a freeway between the towns of Ithaca and St. John's. Alright, let's first start our journey by going northbound on US 127. Alright, so a mile before the freeway even starts, we actually get our exit sign for M50 to start. So that's pretty efficient. And here's where the freeway starts, just like how a normal freeway would in the middle of nowhere. This exit to Business 94 Michigan Avenue carries traffic into downtown Jackson. After a few miles of this stretch of road, we meet up with I-94. It is signed east for Detroit and runs alone in that direction, but US 127 will continue with West I-94 past Jackson, and it is signed for Lansing, where I-94 is signed for Chicago, heading westbound. Skipping that 94 construction business, we're now gonna get to the exit where US 127 will continue its journey north to Lansing. This exit also serves M50 into Jackson. In fact, M50 actually ran with us for a short bit, so now it's gonna branch off to the west to what is not pronounced as Charlotte, but apparently Charlotte. Strange. We finally get our first mileage sign. Leslie is on the top at 12 miles, Mason is next at 20 miles, and Lansing, the capital city of Michigan, is 33 miles away. From Jackson to Lansing, there's really nothing interesting, so we're gonna jump straight ahead to the I-96 interchange. It's signed east for Detroit and west for Grand Rapids. Simple. And at this intersection, I-496 actually starts here, so check out my I-496 video if you're interested. Here's the split of I-496 and US 127. US 127 is going north for Clare, and we'll be using that direction. Quick mention that I-496 west is going to downtown Lansing. Past the Lansing area, we now meet up with I-69, and now it will say to I-96 for Flint and Grand Rapids. Dudes. US 127 north is still signed for Clare. Very quick little mention of this river, as it is actually called the Looking Glass River. Nice. It's actually been a little while since we had a mile marker, so here's our next one. Ithaca is signed at 25 miles, and Mount Pleasant is signed at 49 miles. And this right here, Old US 27, is our last exit before the freeway actually goes into a gap into a normal road. As you can see here, the freeway is ending in 1 mile. And as you can see here, we're now just a normal divided highway. In this case, it's Bagley Road. And I'll tell you what, we actually do get an exit right in the middle of the divided highway. This is M57, signed for Greenville and Chesaning. After this, Bagley Road continues. At this exit for Business 127 to Ithaca, US 127 normal will now continue as a freeway for the rest of its journey. And after Ithaca, we get our next mile sign. Alma is 6 miles away, Mount Pleasant is 22 miles away, and Clare, which we are signed for since Lansing, is 38 miles away. Now this is actually the same exact business route connecting two towns of St. Louis and Alma. We meet another business route of US 127, this time to Mount Pleasant. But oddly enough, we have now lost Clare as the control city. We're now just going straight to the Mackinac Bridge. Here we're meeting M20 for Midland and Big Rapids. And if we turn the camera, we can actually get a good glimpse of the Soaring Eagle Water Park and Hotel. Nice. After Mount Pleasant, we get another mileage sign. Rosebush is 5 miles, and Clare is 13 miles. We get yet another business route. This time it's for Clare, and for some reason, it says to East US 10. The reasoning behind this is that North US 127 is only going to merge to westbound US 10. There is no exit to eastbound US 10, so you're going to need to take this exit to get there. And here is our merge point with US 10. Please do check out my US 10 video if you're interested. Off of the two merged freeways is the Center of Michigan Welcome Center. And here's the split. US 10 will continue west to Ludington, while also serving M115 to Cadillac. US 127 North is continuing for the Mackinac Bridge. Okay, one more time while I show you a business route of US 127. This time it's for Harrison, along with M61 for Gladwin. From that point, nothing is really interesting as we're just going through some forests. But here's where 127 ends, as it merges with I-75 to continue on to the Mighty Mac. Okay, now we're going to be talking about southbound US 127 as a freeway. Starting from I-75, which is signed south for Saginaw and Detroit, we see our split to the right for 127, signed for both Clare and Lansing. And right off the bat, we get our very first mileage sign. Harrison is 41 miles away, Clare is 54, and Lansing is 134. But at random interchanges, all we get is Clare. Where is my Lansing?
Where is my
Lansing? Oh hey, there it is. But here's the thing, we don't even get a pull through here. US 10 West is signed for Ludington, but apparently M15 is as well. Well, this is because we came from the north. And here is the split. US 127 is going south for Mount Pleasant and Lansing, and US 10 East is going to Midland and Bay City. We're following US 127. On the next mileage sign, we get Rosebush at 7 miles, Mount Pleasant at 12, and Lansing at 78. Here is the Mount Pleasant split again. From that point heading southbound, nothing's that interesting, so let's move on to where the freeway ends and goes into Bagley Road. And of course with the M57 exit in between. And here we have Business 127 into St. John's as our first exit after Bagley Road. Skipping ahead, here we are back at I-69 to I-96, Grand Rapids, and Flint, and we are still south for Lansing, as we should be. And then we're back at I-496. It is signed west for downtown Lansing, and we will continue with east I-496 to where it ends at its parent, 96, and it's signed for Detroit and Jackson. And we're back at I-96, signed east for Detroit and west for Grand Rapids. US 127 continues south for Jackson. Running into the next mile sign, we get Holt at 4, Mason at 7, and Jackson at 31. So much construction! Ah! But anyways, this is a new bridge that carries I-94, and we'll now be merging onto the eastbound section of I-94 to Detroit. And after Jackson, we finally split off. US 127 south is going to Hudson. Okay, I guess that's fine, since really there's no big city that this thing will serve from this point on. And right here is our final exit. US 127 will now continue as a normal highway down to Ohio. And we're done here. Thanks for watching this episode of Michigan's Freeways. Next will be US 131. Please subscribe to me and Control City Freak, and I'll see you next time.